Welcome to SUPRS Live. This is the Supermodified Ultimate Pavement Racing Series, the original Supermodified Sim Racing sanction, and we are live from Phoenix International Raceway for the SUPRS Copper World Classic 16, presented by Kern Motorsports and the JP Memorial West Coast Supermodified Reunion. Hey, we are glad you are here with us tonight. We've got a very special race in store, and we want to say thanks to our brand new followers, as a matter of fact, Speed Racer 20. Thanks for following Racer Bruce last week and tonight, Speed Racer 20. So thanks for the follow, man. We sure do appreciate that. Don't forget to let us know where you're watching from tonight, folks. Hit us up in the Twitch chat. We also have our Discord chat going. As we're saying, a very special race tonight. For those of you that are real Super Modified fans, you know that the Copper World Classic was the be-all, end-all Indy 500 for Super Modifieds. There just was nothing like it on this big mile track. Imagine the most radical short track race car that you can, open wheel, open cockpit, flying around the 1 mile oval dogleg speedway at Phoenix. In fact, they were so fast here that on the straightaways, they were faster than Indy cars. Not through the corners because Indy cars had the downforce, but on the straightaways, they were the fastest cars that Phoenix had ever seen, and to this day remain so. So we like to talk about that. Let's tell you a little bit more about the Copper World Classic. It's been held since the first year of our sanction. It's really one of our marquee events on the schedule, and we've got 25 lap features for both the wing and the non-wing supers. The event means so much to Super Modified Sim Racing, basically because it's modeled after the real Copper World Classic that was held annually at Phoenix International Raceway, which was called ISM Raceway, and now it's back to what it really should be, in my opinion, Phoenix International. That was held from 1977 till 2009, so probably before some of our viewers were born. Phoenix was built specifically for open wheel racing in the West, and initially for IndyCar racing. So it's pretty natural for the Super Modifieds got to race there. The SUPRS were a part of the Copper World Classic from 1984 to 2002, with 1 year off in 91. On a couple occasions, the Super Modifieds ran without wings, and on others, both wing and non-wing supers were on the track at the same time. There was even some sprint cars and champ cars that raced with the Super Modifieds throughout the years at the Copper World Classic. Just a very distinctive race. Something that everybody looked forward to going to the end of February, 1st of March, every year. So what we're trying to do tonight is give you the best of both worlds by running both types of cars on the same night. For the real Super Modifieds, Davey Hamilton has the most Copper World Classic wins with 5, and Troy Regier has the record for the most wins in a row at 3. Doug Saunier of Ohio was the very first Copper World Classic Super Modified winner, and Lonnie Adamson was the last Super Modified winner of the Copper World Classic. Lonnie from Salt Lake, Utah. So there's some background on the real event, and we want to say thanks to Kern Motorsports, Kurt Kern of Kern Motorsports, helping promote the JP Memorial West Coast Super Modified Reunion at Meridian Speedway at the end of the month of May. Hopefully he could get it in. We'll see how things are going. It sure is crazy out there, but we want to thank Kurt for being a part of that. Kurt, a former flagman and race director of the Super Modifieds at the Copper World Classic down through the years with the WSMRA and the WSST and NSRA. When it comes to some statistics for our event, and I hope we're not boring you, but this is kind of cool. When you look at all of the winners of our Copper World Classic down through the years, it might be easy to assume that New York, because we have mostly New York drivers racing with us, dominates. But that's really not true. Through the years at our Wing Super Modified feature events, really it's been a who's who from states. The very first winner was J.P. Curry of Pennsylvania, and we went 6 years before we had a repeat state winner, and we went, almost 8 years before we had our first repeat winner. So we went all the way to 2010 11 before Indiana became the first state to have 2 winners come out of it. When you look at our non-wing races, New York definitely dominates that. Of the 4 or 5 previous times that we've run the non-wing cars here at Phoenix, New York has dominated it with Miles Max at Racing, Joe Ox at Rob Warren winning that. Steve Callahan won the first non-wing show here in 2014, and Dave O is your defending non-wing winner, and he's from Connecticut. There's never been a repeat winner of the non-wing Supermodifieds here. Last week, Dave O won, and he won his first or 4th race in a row. That means if he wins the first feature tonight for the Wing Supermodifieds, the SUPRS bounty is going to be on his head. We're calling out the bounty hunters. That's what happens when a driver wins 5 races in a row. And if he continues to win, he's going to have points added to his championship tally and until he gets beat. And then whoever beats him takes those points away from Dave. So it's just something a little different, something kind of fun we do here at SUPRS to try to keep things broken up and keep everybody in the win column and having a good time. Time trials, speaking of Dave O, already completed for both the wing and the non-wing Supermodifieds. Dave O setting a new track record for the non-wing Supermodifieds. He held the track record last year from last year's race, set a new track record, and this year he went even faster. I mean, he didn't just go fast, he just obliterated his own track record. It was a 21.7 from last year. This year he ran a 21.292 for the non-wing Supermodifieds. That's flat getting it, folks. You are flying around the 1 mile speedway here at Phoenix International. Dave-O also qualifying fastest for the wing Supermodifieds with a 22.618. So keep your eyes on the TMS Wolfpack Black Beauty Roadster out there, number 11, Dave-O out of Union, Connecticut. Top 3 in time trials, the same for both the wing and the non-wing. Brad Keyser second, Rob Warren third. Rob Warren, a former champion here at the Copper World Classic. So after time trials of the heat races, the drivers are going to a slow heat and a fast heat using the NSRA format. The NSRA on the Northwest Sprint Car Racing Association, originally a Supermodified sanctioning by that Kurt Kern was in charge of. And we've tried to follow that format, have a little bit of fun, and try to emulate the real thing. That's what SUPRS is about. We're here, and we exist racing online and in sim racing to help the real Supermodified community, bring about awareness for it. If you've never seen a real Supermodified race, give us a shout-out in Discord or on our Twitch chat, man. We'd love to know you, and we hope that you enjoy having a good time here tonight watching the race. Welcome back tonight to Kyle Perry, who is a former SUPRS competitor. He'll be racing a 350 Supermodified at Oswego Speedway. Real quick, before we get ready for the heat race lineups, we want to tell you that any donation you make throughout the course of the night here is goes to help injured Supermodified drivers through the Dion Parrish Memorial Benevolent Fund for Supermodifieds. And we've been doing that since we started. That's why we say SUPRS is Supermodified Sim Racing for the right reasons. So if you choose to make a donation, we would appreciate that, and so would the families of injured Supermodified drivers.